What if I told you there was a website designer dedicated for creators, such as photographers? Do you make zines and want to sell them? What about original photos or even just photo prints? Maybe you don't want to sell them, maybe you just want to show them off. I'm going to show you how to build probably the easiest, most simplest, and the cheapest cost, that is, website for creators. I know you're thinking, oh no, sponsored video alert. Yeah, this is sponsored by Pixpa. However, as any longtime viewer of my channel knows, I don't just put anybody on this channel. And in the spirit of full transparency, I was only tasked to make like a 3 to 4 minute generic video. But once I started diving into what Pixpa is, I'm gonna over deliver for them on this because it is way cooler than I originally thought. Because once I dove into it, I need to do this. And in fact, if they didn't even reach out to me and I found this, this video would still exist. Without further ado, let's just quickly dive into this and build a website in under like 5 minutes. It is so simple. First thing you gotta do is just go to pixpa.com and make an account. But I'm gonna show you what I've already created. So when you come to my landing page, here it is. Look, there's me. And you scroll down and there's a little bit about me. I've got a link to my YouTube channel. So when you click on that, it comes over to the YouTube channel. Look at that, how cool is that? And then over here, I have a store. I also have a store tab up here as well. But if you click on this, it takes you right to the store. And I've already created a couple of things for purchase. In addition to the store, I actually have a link over to my masterclass. Yes, a full photography course on instant photography. And that's it. Super basic because that's all I need. So without further ado, let's dive in and see how I did this. It's really simple. So here we are, blank slates. And they have awesome templates available. You just click it and you can just edit it from there. It is really cool. I used this one right here. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to hit start. The cool thing is you don't actually have to pay for anything up front. You can just kind of try things out. And so this is kind of a temporary thing. So I'm just going to call it just another website. And it'll give you a just another website.pixpa.com just to get you going. Now, boom, you got yourself a brand new website. You're done. No, I'm just kidding. So after that, you'll get to this, which is kind of like your back end interface, if you will. So you just go over to a website here, and then it's going to show you the template that you selected. So now let's go in and actually tweak it from here. On the left side, I don't need a lot of these. Portfolio, I don't need. So I'm actually just going to delete that. The about, I'm actually going to make that my home page. So I actually don't need it. Book a session, don't need that either. Now the home page, I do want, so I'm gonna leave that. Investments, I don't need investments, so I'm just gonna delete that. Now, to edit the home page, just click on home and it will load up the home page and now you can start editing. Now, this is what I really like about Pixpa is it's so simple. If you're using like Wix, let's say, you don't just get to click it and go to the page you want to edit. It's really confusing. This is just laid out in a much simpler way. If you hover over the main image, it pulls up this little edit tool section, and I want to edit the banner. And now I can choose what the banner does. And I only want one slide, just one photo. So I'm going to delete these two. And then now I'm going to edit the photo. So I'm going to hit upload. And here's some photos that I will use. Which one did I use? I use this one. There we go. Here's upload that one of me. Boom. There we go. And then if you scroll down, you have more options. Like you can write text in there. I don't really need any of that. So, and then at the bottom, you can have buttons and links. You can add another button here that goes somewhere else, even a link to another website even, but I don't need that for this section. So I'm gonna hit save. Come down here and remove the text. I don't want this text in the way because I'm just using this for kind of a landing page. The buttons, don't want any buttons on this one. So I'm gonna delete that as well and then hit save. Now that's already done. Then you come down here and this is like a little about section. Well, I'm doing mine a little bit differently because I'm gonna use these 3 photos as my about section. So I actually don't need this section. So I can just come over here and hit the little trash icon and then delete it. Now we get the edit window here. Now we can edit these photos. So I just uploaded a photo. If you look right here where it says about Anna and there's a little bio, I'm just gonna write just another Chris. And then description, I can write whatever I want. This is super cool. Wow. I don't want to actually add anything for a button there, so I'm just going to remove it because I want the button somewhere else. So I'm going to delete that and hit save. One done. I'm a YouTuber. I don't know why it's all caps, but there it is. And then scroll down. I do want a button here. So I want to link it to the YouTube channel. So So I just scroll down here where it says see my work. This is the name of the link. I don't want to call it that. YouTube channel, and the button to link. This is where you would copy paste the URL from YouTube right into there. Then we click save. We're gonna go to the third photo, and then this one is gonna be advertising my work. Buy my shiz, yo. And then under here, I'm gonna say, yo, foo, go check out my shiz that's for sale. DAWG. And this is where I'm actually gonna have it linked to this own website. I don't have it built yet, so I can't make it yet. So once I make the store, then I can link it to it. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is and hit save. I don't want book a session, so I'm gonna delete it. The first page is done. How fast was that? This is insane. All right, let's move on to the next page. Now we can exit the home page. We're done with it. Now I wanna make another page with the store, but first you have to create your store, link all your stuff, and do that. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So we're actually gonna go back and click on store. Now here's where you enable the store for this site. So you wanna sell products, and we're gonna hit enable. And yes, we want to enable it. Now we have the ability to create the store on our website. Then click on settings to finish setting up your store. You wanna make sure you have your address in there, your currency is all set up, and your payment methods, how you would like to accept payment. So if you click on manage, and you have a few options. You can use Stripe, PayPal, Razorpay, which I've never heard of that, and pay offline. So if you wanna physically meet people, you have that option. I set up PayPal, so I just set that up, and then that's it. Within 30 seconds, you're already built a store. Now let's add that store to the website and get products in there and get selling. So on the same store dashboard, you scroll down, you'll see products. Now these aren't mine, these are theirs. I guess like test products. So what you do is you go over to new products and click on manage products. And up here, you're gonna add a product. Now you have the option. Physical product, digital download, or a service. Whatever you're doing, you can have the option to do that. But I'm gonna do physical product. And you just fill out the form. It's really, really easy. Then you just type out your product. I'm gonna say, wow, Polaroid, photo. And then upload a photo over here just by clicking on add image. I'm just gonna use this random Polaroid photo of my friend Jason from a podcast episode I did with him, just for fun. Then you can write the cool photo description, whatever you want. And then you come down here to visibility, make sure it is active. Or what's really cool is you can do a coming soon. These options are super cool. And then hidden entirely. What's really cool about the hidden product is it doesn't show on your store. And the only way people can buy it is if they are fed a direct link. So you could have custom things that you're trying to do for other people, or maybe you have a Patreon page like me and the Spitfire Club. I can create exclusive merch, host them on my website. Public can't get them except for my members, because I can post the links for my members over on Patreon. So that's really, really cool. Set my price to whatever millions of dollars that is, and then scroll down. There's a lot more options. Some of it's optional, don't have to worry about it. Now, product label is actually really cool, because if you're doing a limited edition thing or new arrival, whatever it is, you can actually add that tag. It also has a neat thing, like as an exclusive or top rated, like something really hot, you can actually add the label. So I'm gonna do limited edition, or you can leave it blank. Then you can scroll down here, you can add a category. So if you wanna organize things up like photos or cameras, whatever maybe things that you're selling, you can organize it. Shipping, this is important. Add the shipping weight. I'm gonna write 1 pound or whatever it is. Now it has shipping list as free. So you want to do free shipping, or you can set up the shipping, which I'll show you in a second. Inventory, track or not track. I will track it because this is a limited edition. There's only one available. So if it runs out of stock, you have options. You can come down here, you can allow customers to back order the product, which is cool. It's like an automatic pre-order thing. I like that. You can create your own SKU number if you like. License agreements. So if you are working in collaboration with something, you can add that little, hey, don't sue me text type stuff in there. SEO options for search engine optimization, which is really cool. That's it. And then you just click save. And now this product is in our store. So I'm gonna show you one last thing, and that is shipping. Now we're gonna create our shipping templates, basically. There's free, which is a built-in one, but I want to create an additional one. So I'm going to go add shipping rate list at the top there. I'm going to create this one as, let's say, Polaroid photo. So then you come down to the country part, which is just where you're open to shipping it. Right now it's defaulted to everywhere. If you only wanted to ship within your country, so like I'm in the United States, I can set it to just United States, but I ship worldwide. So I'm going to leave it at everywhere else. And so for a Polaroid photo by itself, I can just have it shipped, let's say $4.99. Now you can also set another little option, how much it is if it's added into something else. It's a Polaroid photo. If somebody's buying something else, it's not going to increase the value to ship it at all. So leave it at 0. That's it. Now, if you have different things you want to create, like camera or I don't know, books, whatever you might be selling, zines actually would be a good one. You can create a custom template for just that, which is really nice. Wix doesn't do that, and it's frustrating. Now that we have an item in our store, let's create the store landing page, which couldn't be simpler. We're gonna come back over here to our website, and now we're gonna add a store. Down here, we're gonna see store page. Click on store page, and we're gonna title it shop. How about that? And hit continue. And now that we have our shop in here, we get this. We can set up like what categories we want to show. Maybe this one store page, you just want to show books, zines, and maybe you want to create another store landing page just for photos. I'm just going to show all. And all this is kind of optional. Don't need to do anything. Hit save. And then now if we go to visit our site and we go over to shop, this is what we see. Oh, we have our item that we added, and then the ones that they use just so we can have something to work with. You want to delete those, obviously. You don't want to put those up for sale. But look at that. We've already created a landing page and a storefront. How fast was that? Crazy. Now we got to go back and add in our link right here. So we're going to click here. We're going to go edit image listings. And where it says CE pricing, we're going to change this to just put shop. And then button link, we're going to hit the little gear icon. And we're going to go to website content. We're going to type in store, and there it is. Look, click on that and hit save, and now we're done. Now hit back. Now look, we can click on shop, and now we're on our store. I still need to delete those. Now I'm going to show you how to add one more link, and that is to another website. Let's say a master class, like I have, Master the Art of Instant Photography. You can actually add that as a tab on your main website. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. And so friggin' simple. So over here where it says home and shop, you just do plus header menu. And right here, look, link. You can link to another website. And I'm gonna call this Masterclass. Hit continue. I'm gonna do web link. Boom, got it pasted in there. That's really all you gotta do. That's it. I'm just gonna hit save. If you go to view site, oh, look at that, home, shop, masterclass, click on that. And look at that, we're now on the masterclass landing page. Master the Art of Instant Photography, look at all that. Link in the description if you wanna join the masterclass. It's only $60. It's a killer deal. That's the basics, the crash course, and honestly, 90% of what you will need to know. That's all you really gotta do. And we built that website within like 5 minutes or less using Pixpa's templates, their layouts. I'm honestly super impressed. Let your work be seen. Now, there are a couple of things that I want to mention, and that is with the store itself. Now, typically when you sell a product on someone else's server or website provider, you pay a fee, on your transaction in addition to whatever your banking charges you. But Pixpa is out to help the small guys and gals. They don't charge anything. You get 100% of the sale. Of course, outside of the banking service that you chose. For instance, I use PayPal, so they will take like 3% of the sale. But after that, that's it, nothing else. That's a really great way to sell some stuff and turn a higher profit. The second thing I want to mention is, well, currently I use Wix as my website provider. I pay $30 for that convenience. So I've been giving Wix $30 a month for the past, I don't know, 6 years or so. Pixpa, on the other hand, does not charge you that much at all. They have different plans that you can choose from, and their lowest one is like $8. Yeah, $8 a month, and you also get a year free of domain, and you can only sell like 3 things or have 3 things listed at one time on the site, but maybe that's more than enough for you. Maybe you're just trying to sell a zine, or maybe a couple of photos, like photo prints. Even their highest paid plan is still cheaper than Wix. And even better than that, Pixpa is currently doing a 40% off their annual plans, which you might want to jump on that. I don't know how long they're doing it for, but it's worth looking into. Needless to say, I will be switching from Wix to Pixpa over the next couple of weeks. I also want you to know that Pixpa is not sponsoring me or paying me to do that or say that. My affiliation and sponsorship ends with this video. And so I just want to be transparent about that. But I just think what they're doing is really cool and what they're offering is awesome. It's a much more affordable way to help the small guys and gals out. And if you're a content creator, photographer, you know it's expensive. Websites, transaction fees, hosting stuff. You want to create some merch. Just to be able to offer all that stuff, it's really expensive. Not to mention the editing softwares, the audio licensing, all that sort of stuff. So Pixpa put that into consideration and is helping us. So I really genuinely like that. 2 thumbs up to Pixpa. I think what you're doing is fantastic. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments below. Let's get chatting. But until next time, get out there, make some art.